Well, good day everyone. For today's video is all about acid naming. This acid naming is the combination of hydrogen plus any of these anions. Remember in our previous lesson, acid compound is or consists of hydrogen, or there's a presence of hydrogen, and hydrogen comes first in the chemical formula or in the chemical name. So this time, let's just familiarize or observe the suffixes used in our anions. On the ionic table, the anion ends with ITE, ATE, or IDE. Acid naming is another chemical name for acid compounds. So here's the formula. We have here hydrogen plus halide. Those anions end with IDE. Next formula, hydrogen plus halide. Those anion ends with ITE. And hydrogen plus halate, those anion ends with ATE. The format for acid naming, if the anion ends with IDE, would be hydro plus root name of the second element or root name of the anion, plus IC, that's for the first word of the acid name, and always the second word is acid. Let's have an example. Hydrogen chloride. So take note, our anion or the anion ends with IDE. So therefore, let's use the formula hydro, constant, plus the root name of chloride, so chlor, plus IC, and the second word is acid. Therefore, the acid name for hydrogen chloride is hydrochloric acid. Hydrogen plus halide. So this time, our anion ends with ITE. The formula would be root name. There's no hydro for anion that ends with ITE. The formula is only root name plus OUS. Then, again, the second word of acid name is always acid also. Let's have an example. Hydrogen nitride. So what is the acid name for hydrogen nitride? Let's use the formula. First is the root name of our anion, which is nitrite. So that is nit with R, plus OUS, constant, nitrous, and the second word of our acid name is acid. So therefore, the answer is nitrous acid. The last one is hydrogen plus halate, anion that ends with ATE. The formula would be root name plus IC, and still the second word of our acid name is acid. Let's have an example. Hydrogen sulfate. Let's use the formula. So that would be root name of the anion is sulfur. Sulfur plus IC. So that is sulfuric acid. Now, one thing, probably you might ask, Ma'am, why is it the root name for sulfur in acid naming is sulfur, not sulf? Because sulfate, 8 is also a suffix. Why not use sulf instead of sulfur? Probably maka-explain ana is the IUPAC class why they decided to use sulfur as the root name for acid naming, diba? Remember IUPAC, they are the one who planned or kanang nagplano unsay dapat term gamiton for this, for all the names in science or in chemistry. Let's have an example and take note of this formula or format. Provide the acid name of the following given. We have here hydrogen hypochlorite. The anion ends with ITE. So that is root name of hypochlorite is hypochlor. Therefore, hypochlorous acid plus OUS. Second is hydrogen permanganate. Now, the anion ends with ATE. So that is root name permangan plus IC and acid, permanganic acid. Third example, we have hydrogen cyanide, ends with IDE. Therefore, we have hydro plus the root name of the anion, cyanide, which is cyan, plus IC. So, therefore, the answer is hydrocyanic acid. And we have here the symbol for the symbol H3PO4, and that is hydrogen phosphate. PO4 is phosphate, ends with ATE, therefore root name plus IC acid. The correct answer, the answer is phosphoric acid. And second to the last example, we have H2Cr2O7. That is hydrogen plus dichromate. The anion ends with ATE. Therefore, dichrom is the root name plus IC. So the answer is dichromic acid. And the last example, hydrogen plus SO4 SO3 is sulfite. So that is hydrogen sulfite, ends with ITE. So that is root name plus OUS, sulfurous acid. That ends our discussion of our last topic for this quarter.